Jonathen Goldberg, portfolio architect, elite expert, volunteer, immigrant, part-time technical writer, part-time kitchen planner, likes cricket but hasn't played for 35 years, likes bridge but hasn't played for 35 years, likes cats but hasn't owned one for 35 years. Please welcome Jonathen Goldberg.
צפה טבע, בראותי לחוות לכון על בעיה בשילובי בין מערכיה. Did anybody understand what I said? I'd actually like to thank Avishai for giving me a great intro, because I didn't think we were going to hear our classical Aramaic in this event, apart from what I just said, but Avishai has already given me the intro. So, good morning. I'd like to talk to you about problems with integrating between systems. Let's start with the story. The wife and I made Aliyah. We immigrated to Israel around 25 years ago. So we needed to learn the language. They told us, listen to the news. We turned on the news every hour. This is what we heard. Yes, it's not very encouraging start, but we persisted day after day, hour after hour. Eventually, this is what we heard. Boker Tov, Hasha Tesha, Hine Achadashot, Mipi Dan Kaner. Or, for those of you from England, good evening, this is the 9 o'clock news, read by Richard Baker. So, see how important it is to understand language of the other people. And this is exactly the problem we have when integrating between systems. So, I've come to give you a guide about this. The most important factor when integrating systems is integrating between people. Integrating between people, communication between people is responsible for all the challenges we have with system integration. We will be talking about only a few of these. Let's start by aligning terminology. When people talk, when I say customer and you say customer, do we mean the same thing? If I, from Amdocs Ordering, say offer, and my friend from Amdocs Billing says offer, do they mean the same thing? And if I say subscription or subscriber or product, do we know what we're talking about? So the most important thing when we're starting to talk, whether it's between us in Amdocs or whether we're talking with our clients, we must agree on terminology. So let's assume we've agreed on the high-level business terminology. Now we have to manage the balance between our different systems. I have a system that knows how to intake orders. It knows how to create an order. It knows how to submit an order. Your system is some UI channel, doesn't know anything like that. It just wants to throw the order over the fence and do an order. So we have to match between system capabilities. We have to match, in this example, between one side that just wants to throw the order in and the other side that wants to do it in a more structured fashion. So we have to sit down and agree on that as well. Let's assume we've done that. Now, let's go back to our customer. We thought that our customer, we'd agreed. We know what a customer is. It has a name, an address, a telephone number, whatever. But you know what? Your customer has eye color. Hazel, blue, turquoise? My customer has shoe size. I don't know, 8, 10, 12, 14. I suppose Michael Jordan. Thank you, Avishai, again. Michael Jordan maybe has 14 shoe size. I don't know. So, we need to match the data between our customers, because we need to know what happened when you send me a custom eye color. I don't know what custom eye color means. And I need to know what to do when you send me a customer that doesn't have a shoe size. What do I do in my system? So, we've matched all this data, but now, okay, we're right on the business, but now we have to talk tech. Sorry about this, but there are lots of protocols out there. I was written in Java, so I speak EJB. Your system, don't know what language it was written in, Python? It knows how to call web services SOAP, So we have to match those. And there are a whole bunch of other newer and older protocols out there. Who remembers Corba? Okay, so we have some challenges there also in matching the technical protocols. Now, suppose we're ready to test. The problem is that I'm sitting here in Israel with my system. You're sitting in Tokyo with your UI. So we can't easily achieve connectivity. We start by working independently. I have a stub that will call my customer creation. You have a simulator which allows your UI to call create customer. So far, so good. Now we're ready to test, and we get on the phone. We have to manage in interpersonal communication also strange hours, and we know strangers to this in Amdocs. So in Tokyo and Israel, we're ready to go. You call my system, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and nothing happens. And then you call me on the phone, and what's going on? And it turns out some guy in the network department has been doing some network maintenance. They turned off the test servers which I was using. They didn't tell me. So of course I didn't tell you. Another problem with people communication. Okay, so system integration is all about people communication. I could go on. I could talk about what happens when we need to add new fields to a customer. Now we need customer value. I need to know if the customer's VIP, he's about to churn, whatever. And I can communicate with this with you, but I have 20 other systems out there that don't know about customer value. We need to make sure that our systems work together in a time of change. We can go on and talk about security, compensating transactions, error handling, rainy day scenarios, timeouts, and so on. And if we had more time, I'm sure you would love to hear about all these topics. But I think the main message that we should go home with is that system integration is first and foremost about people integration. Thanks very much for your time, and happy birthday to me!